What's up, everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking on this probably 100-degree afternoon already. The main reason for this video here is not going to be cooking. It's going to be how to fire up the acorn and how to maintain its temperature to get that perfect cook at the end of the day. When I first bought this thing, I struggled big time trying to get it to cook the way I wanted it to cook. So I figured what better video to put out there that's showing you how I fire this thing up. So let's get into it. The first thing you're gonna see, or maybe you saw, was that I emptied out the ash pan. You gotta keep that pan clean. Then the next thing is your chunks of wood and your charcoal. You can see I'm still using old charcoal here. There's still a piece of the burnt tumbleweed that I put in here the last time. I believe I cooked a pork butt the last time. Had this container, had this pan pretty full, and I'm just going to reuse the same coals and keep this wood in here for that smoky wood flavor. On this actual cook, I know I said that this wasn't going to be a cooking video, and it's not. I'm going to shut this video off once I get her fired up and holding temperature the way I like it to. So we just rearrange your charcoals in there. This is going to be enough for what we're cooking today, which is the 3-2-1 step process of pork ribs. So we're just going to get these lined up just like that, and then let's go get some tumbleweed. All right, one chunk of tumbleweed. Just going to find somewhere to bury it in here, like so. Okay, piece of wood right there to get it started almost immediately. I'm gonna fire that up. Okay, at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a timer, or just keep a mental running clock. We're gonna let the fire go for anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna set my alarm for 3 minutes because at that point I believe it's gonna be a lot easier to control. So again, letting this go for 3 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and put the deflector plate in. And I'm going to go ahead and put the grill in. That way when we're ready to close it, we don't have to worry about any of that anymore. One other thing you're also going to want is some kind of a thermometer, some kind of a temperature gauge. I'm using the Inkbird Smart Barbecue Thermometer. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you're looking for one, this one here has really never failed me. It's rechargeable, and I'm not affiliated by them at all. But if you click that link below and you purchase one off of my link, it also helps the channel grow and helps me keep buying more meat to make more videos. So description below if you're looking for one. If you hear the alarm going off, that's the 3 minute. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to close it. And latch it. And the only other reason why too that I really use the other Inkbird is because, one, when I put it together, I broke this one. I sat on it. But two is just, even if this one was working, I would still want to have some kind of a second opinion over here. So right now I have all the vents open, and once it hits 100 degrees, which is right about now, we're going to close the top and the bottom vents about halfway on both of them, and that's what's going to help bring that temperature up to 250 slowly, which is what we want, because once it hits the 250 mark is when we want to really dial it down and control it to where it doesn't go up higher than the 250 mark. Now we're going to monitor it till it gets up to about 250, 275. I'm going to do the sweet spot right around 260, and then we're going to close the vents down to a quarter on top and bottom. And it doesn't take long. It's already sitting at 115, so you have to keep an eye on it. Very important, you do not let this fire get away from you. In real time, we're probably sitting at about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, and we've already reached an internal temp on this grill of 133. Again, this isn't one that you can set and forget it. This is one that you have to sit here and baby it, monitor it, keep an eye on it, and make sure that you dial it down as needed. About 30 more degrees, we'll cut it down to 1/4 on the top vent and on the bottom vent. Right now on the top vent, we're sitting at about the 2.5 mark of the numbers you see right here. The bottom, we're sitting at right at 3. All right, 142 mark. Remember I told you, pretty hot out here. Probably pushing about 100 degrees already, so make sure you stay hydrated. Oh, that bush apple is something else. I'm sitting at 156. We're gonna give it another 8 degrees. And then we'll close the lid down to 1/4 inch and the bottom part, the bottom pan, down to 1/4 inch. Okay, we got it at 162. Let's go ahead and close the top and the bottom. All right, at this point I got them both set at 1, top and bottom. Now we're gonna keep an eye on it and let it creep up little by little. And at that point, at the end of this setup, these are gonna be open like just a crack, just barely. You're gonna be able to see the opening once we hit the 250 mark, and then that way we maintain from there. So keep an eye on it. So I should have timed it, but all in all, we're looking at about a good 20 minutes now. The temperature gauge is reading 237. So at this point, because I don't want this to get away from me, because I'm telling you, once this gets away from you, it's hell bringing it back down. So I'm gonna get these closed now, probably to about 1/8 of an inch, and then from there we're just gonna baby it. We're gonna keep an eye on that thermometer, and we're gonna adjust accordingly, either open to allow more airflow to bring the temperature up, or to close it a little bit more to settle it back down, or don't do anything at all. So again, 239 now is what we're looking like. So we're gonna dial this down, and we're gonna really keep an eye on it now. So at this point, I have it at the halfway mark on the top and probably 3/4 on the bottom. We're gonna keep that where that's at, and we're gonna continue to monitor that thermometer and make sure that we don't go above that. We do not wanna go above that. At this point, I had gotten the temperature gauge up to 240, up to about 240. I opened it back up. I put the ribs in there that we're cooking this week, and it dropped down to about 230. It was at 199 a while ago, and it quickly shot back up. So yeah, I'd say all in all about a good 20-25 minutes to get the acorn up to where it needs to be. At this point, you just monitor it. Put whatever you're gonna cook in there at 250. Of course, if you need to cook at a higher temperature, then you leave these, the opening on top and on the bottom, you leave them open just a little bit more. I'm dialing it in to 250, right around that range. That's where I want to hover around. And this setup right here is perfect for me. Again, if you need to go higher, 300, 350, leave these openings up just a little bit more where more air can get through there. Makes everything hotter, and it cooks at the temperature you need it to cook. But 250, this is golden. And there you have it, folks. A quick video tutorial on how to run the Akorn, how to get it started, how to bring it up to temperature, how to make sure you control the temperature before it gets away from you, and then how to maintain it. Maintaining it is probably the easiest part. The last part of it, getting it from the 160, 175 mark up to the 250 or higher if you need to, is probably the longest part of the process, because you have to dial it down and let that fire die down a little bit, but still get hot enough to bring it all up to temperature to where you need it to be. So again, quick and simple way to get the acorn up to temp. Once you dial it in, man, it's a great cook. So if you like what you saw here, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment. Anything helps. Also, if you're interested in any of the products that I use, any of the equipment that I use, I'm going to leave links down below. Feel free to click on them, order directly from that link. That helps me continue making these videos. It gives me a little bit of money on the side too, to be able to buy more meat, to be able to create these videos for you guys. I hope you like what you're watching. Again, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. You know, today wasn't about brisket, ribs, or some fancy meal. It was about learning. Standing out here in the scorching Texas heat, sweating through my shirt just to show that this Chargrilled Akorn isn't some mysterious backyard machine that only pitmasters can figure out. The truth is, most things in life seem intimidating until somebody takes the time to show you that they're not. Whether it's firing up a Kamato grill, learning a new job, or chasing a dream you've been putting off, the hardest part is usually taking that first step. Once you understand the basics, confidence starts replacing fear. So if this video gives even one first-time griller the courage to light that fire, dial in that temperature, and cook an amazing meal for their family, then every drop of sweat was worth it. Because in life, just like with a Kamato grill, patience beats panic. Small adjustments make a huge difference. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. So until next time, keep the grills hot and the seasoning simple.